5 lessons I learned during my half marathon that I plan to implement for my 17.5 mile beach walk. Day 37 of training for a 17.5 mile beach walk to raise money for the local sea turtle rehabilitation center that I volunteer at. And I've gotten in 3 miles at the beach. I'm getting ready to do a 2 mile swim. And then I think I'm going to do some paddle boarding. But I thought it would be fun to talk about 5 lessons I learned during my half marathon that I definitely plan on implementing during this walk. Number one, that day of adrenaline comes in clutch. When I was training for a half marathon, I trained to walk it, and I had anxiety the day of the race that I wasn't going to finish, so I just ran it. I had not ran in 10 years, and I ended up going from a 16-minute mile to a 13-minute mile. And I mean, anxiety or adrenaline, either way, it worked out. Lesson number two is to fuel properly. During my half marathon, I didn't start fueling until mile 9, which was a major mistake because I hit that wall at mile 11. And I probably would have still hit the wall, but probably not as hard if I would have been fueling from the beginning instead of almost all the way through the race. Lesson number three, be prepared for the wall. So I hit the wall during mile 11 in my half marathon, and that was the exact point that I was in so much pain, didn't want to be doing it anymore, and the tears started to flow. And I did not stop crying until I probably even after I hit the finish line, to be honest. So, knowing ahead of time, that is probably going to happen. You don't walk 17.5 miles without hitting the point where your body goes, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. And I think being mentally prepared for that and knowing that at that point it is a mental game is so important. This one's kind of funny, but lesson number four, wear a pack because I had my pockets weighed down the entire race because I just shoved everything in there. So for my walk, I'm definitely going to have a camelback with water, my regular red backpack I always take to the beach with me, full of all the supplies, sunscreen, additional electrolytes, fuel, all the things I need to be able to walk 17.5 miles and be properly equipped to do that. Lesson number 5, believe in yourself and trust what your body is capable to do. So before my half marathon, I was getting so much anxiety because I was asking myself, like, what happens if I don't finish? And that is crazy. There's literally no point, and no point during this training with the 17.5 mile beach walk that I'm not going to finish because I properly prepare, I properly train, and I trust my body to do what it needs to do. I'm a strong girl. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't otherwise. So keeping that mindset and just remembering when that doubt kind of creeps in, because I've already hit that point a few times where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what if it's way harder than I think it's going to be? Of course, it's going to be hard. You just have to believe that you can do hard things and keep going.